Mel, there's only one way to start this show.
Oh, God.
There's only one Shane Lowry. There's only one Shane Lowry. Walking along, singing a song, walking in a winter wonderland. Sing it with me now.
There's only one Shane Lowry. There's only one Shane Lowry. Okay, I definitely brought that down a couple of octaves, but we were here for it. Is that right, octaves?
He's walking along singing a song.
I know. Well, what a week.
What a week it was. Congrats, Team Europe, winning the Ryder Cup. Yes, Mel, congratulations.
Thank God. Thank God.
Oh my gosh. What a week.
That was a bit nerve-wracking towards the end. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, you guys made it interesting. Appreciate it.
You know, we're here for the entertainment, Kira.
Yeah, you are. So I hope everybody enjoyed the Ryder Cup. I know we did, even though Mel didn't text me back when she was there, but it's okay.
Actually, I have a story about that.
Go for it.
So you were doing your T-Mobile thing at is it the Magneta?
Magenta.
I look at it as Magneta. Sorry. Okay. Rewind. At the Magenta Club. Do you know what's funny? To me, that sounded like Magneta. That's how it's spelled. I know.
No,
okay.
It's not. It's literally not.
All right, Kira.
Okay, but anyway, dyslexia. I know.
Dyslexia's come in. It's been a long few days. I've still got a 2-day hangover. Relax. So anyway, obviously, I was like, went to go and see you because I was told that it's just like free entry. I didn't have a pass for anything. I thought I could just blag my way in. And the woman said, oh, you don't have a pass. You can't come in here. Are you a T-Mobile? I said, no. And I went, well, I'm here to see my mate, Kira. She was like, oh, Kira just left. I was like, oh, okay. And she went, if you wanted a picture, you should have been here. I said, no, what the fuck?
She's not wrong, Mel. If you really wanted a picture that badly, you should have been there on time.
She was like, yeah, basically, she said she missed the opportunity. She's already done her outing and she's gone. She's gone to something else. And if you wanted a picture, you should have been here earlier. And I'm like,
why didn't you text me?
Because at that point, I was so pissed off. I was like, just fuck it. I was like,
well, thank you for trying. The attempt is appreciated.
I walked my bollocks off for like 2 miles to come and find you and you'd left. So
I didn't know. No one tells me anything.
I missed a photo op. But anyway, I must say, Kira, you actually will probably get into this, but you looked absolutely fire at the opening ceremony.
Thank you.
I texted you that. I was like,
I know,
damn,
that made me feel good. The all caps, babes. I can hear you in the text. Babes, you look fucking fire.
Yeah, she fucking did. Like the red suit. I'm like, damn, power suit. But anyway, you crushed it. Well done, Kira.
That was like a dream come true for somebody that works in golf to be able to host the opening ceremonies of the Ryder Cup. Like that's like it. That's sick. the coolest thing ever. Yeah. It was wild. As soon as we finished, I was like, can we do it again? It was so fun.
Well, you crushed it. You did good. So if anyone's not seen it, look it up because Kira looks fucking fire in a red suit.
Thanks. That red suit is from Savile Row in London.
I did know that because Cassette told me because I was with Cassette. Okay. And she's like, that suit's from London. I was like, well, no wonder it's fucking good.
Yeah. It was amazing. Look what I got.
A teddy bear.
For my background.
Very
my podcast
cool.
Background.
See, I couldn't do that in the merch because I know it's in America, but it was a lot of American stuff. And so
here?
That's perfect.
You like that spot?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, great.
That's nice. You can't see it now, so it's just perfect. So I got the most basic bitch hat because I didn't want anything American on it because I didn't want anyone thinking I was
Mine's pretty basic, bitch.
I know, but has it got a flag on it somewhere?
No.
Okay, well, I didn't see that one.
I just like it because it has the pretty script. I want us to get hats like this with this pretty script. Okay. Do you like this?
Yes.
And this actually fits my head. I feel like a lot of hats like that are more, they're meant more for guys are just, my head's not big enough. This one fits me really well.
Did you get a mug?
I did. Oh man, I was going to grab it to see it. It's blue. I have it.
Okay. Oh, downstairs. Very nice. Like that.
Yeah. So we're going to do something fun today to go through all of our Ryder Cup takes. We're going to play 9 holes and each give a little take on a topic for 9 holes and go through all the things with the Ryder Cup because there were so many things. We also have a little special guest that's going to join us in a bit that has some firsthand experience from the Ryder Cup itself. So get excited about that. But Mel, I'll let you tee off first. See what I did.
We've got to talk about the fans first.
Okay, right. We're jumping right in. Go for it.
I was there on Friday. Was actually, it was quite tame, in my opinion, in the morning. But then when people had a couple of Mick Ultras or other alcoholic beverages, which were available, it got a little bit leery. And I'm up for a bit of heckling. And you were there on the worst day. You were there on Saturday. I was actually in the city on Saturday. You followed Rory around and Shane. Listen, I get sport. I love the camaraderie. I love the banter. I love the heckling. It's what it's about, right? Especially at a Ryder Cup. I feel like you can definitely push the boundaries. To me, it was way too far.
Yeah, I've never been so uncomfortable at a sporting event.
Right.
So Saturday, I decided I was just going to walk and get some of the firsthand experience because that's great for my reporting. Plus, I'd never been to a Ryder Cup. It was my first Ryder Cup. Andrew was there. He had an inside the ropes pass with me, which was fun. So we're like, let's go experience it because we can get right up close and actually see the golf as opposed to a lot of the spectators. Like you got to work real hard to find a spot to actually see golf. And yeah, the things that I was hearing directed at Shane about like his body, about like food, about that sort of stuff. Like that was just disgusting. And then about obviously Rory, his personal life, rumors, stuff about Pinehurst, just like the worst deep cut stuff. And like, okay, you want to be a jerk and yell something like that? I guess whatever, but it was also the timing of it. It's like as he's taking the club back or as he's going through his process to literally hit the putt, they're yelling out something about, a myriad of topics. And it was brutal. And Justin Thomas, it was Justin and Cam Young, I think, that played with them that day. Justin was spending a lot of his time trying to quiet the crowd, constantly apologizing to Shane and Rory, trying to just have some semblance of civility. And he was spending all his time doing that and not lining up his own putts and not trying to win their match. And Shane and Rory won their point that day. Which ended up being really important for the eventual outcome. But yeah, I think that people pay for a ticket and think that gives them the right to just be complete jerks. But I don't know. There's a line for sure. And Rory was yelling stuff back at them. But I think that maybe once you get to that point, you're like, you also lose the plot and there's only so much you can do when like your wife is sitting there having to hear all of this. Like poor Erica, it was horrific.
Like your poor wife, by the way, who has obviously gone through the rumor stage and then like she's just there supporting her husband and the team. Do you know what I mean?
And she should have the right to be there just like all the other wives and to be able to enjoy it. I saw so many people were commenting like, I would never bring my wife into something like that. Like what is that? She's supposed to sit back home just because all these
having
people
a spa day.
Yeah, it can't be civil human beings and keep it to like if you want to do things to Rory, like okay, but like when you're yelling things about your wife, your family, like shut up.
Off. I'll say it. Fuck off.
Yeah,
and also like Rory made a good point. Just quickly, like to finish this, is he was like, I'd be pissed that people weren't shouting for like Justin. They were spending more attention trying to put off Shane and Rory. And I totally get that. I'm like, just be there and support your team, man. Like, you can say a couple heckly things, but like, definitely cross the line for me. So,
yeah, I think that's the difference between European fans and American fans, or at least it was in this instance, is the European fans spend more time lifting up their own team, while the American fans are spending more time trying to bring the opposition down without lifting up their own team. Yeah. And if anything, it like backfired because it was just so negative and nasty. And who wants to be?
And I'm telling you now, someone who's played on away soil, and I get heckled more than anyone, like it gives you fuel to your belly. Like it gives you, it fuels the fire. Like it makes you even more switched on and like, I'm going to fucking beat this team. You know what I mean? Like it gives you definitely more motivation. Not that you needed any, but it definitely does light the fire.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like a lot of the behavior towards Rory's wife especially was really emblematic of toxic masculinity and where we are in this country, in this world of what people think is okay to say to women and how to treat women. And it was just such a blatant display of thinking that sort of thing is okay and not having any consequences. I mean, the amount of police that they ended up having to send out, it was like every hole, it was more and more cops. And then like somebody ended up doing the drink toss. I don't know. I don't know if that was quite as intentional
the way, but still.
Yeah. And I had asked Rory about it and he said a drink was thrown in her direction. Like it seemed like they, in the end, decided to just kind of like let it go. Like, it would have taken a real feat of athleticism for somebody to knock that out of the person's hand in the exact perfect moment to land on Erica. But still, I'm sure somebody was knocking out of their hand because they were a drunk asshole and it just like was a sticky situation and unfortunate timing. That's how I would like to see it. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe somebody really was gunning for her, which in that case would be really messed up. But yeah, so that whole thing was really disappointing.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, no, we're not into that. So, not into that at all. Right.
No. But in the end, the Europeans brought it, as I always do with the chants. I got to do tummy, Fleetwood in person with real European people.
I know.
That was fun.
Well, you probably learned some new chants. You see, this is the football culture
Shane Lowry
that we need.
One. And the
Shane Lowry
zombie
one. Yeah.
He's in your head. In your head. Rory.
I mean, genius.
Like, Americans aren't doing that. USA.
I believe that we can win. That was my favorite. I also love the can we play you? Can we play you? Can we play you every week? Yeah, we like that one as well.
That's a good one.
Listen.
What was the library one?
Oh.
Is this a library?
Yeah.
They say library, not library, like we say.
It's basically because the crowd was quiet. Yeah. Is this a library? Is this a library? Yeah. It's actually funny. My Ollie Brett, the land manatee, is staying with me this week. So he's caddying. He caddies for Rosa.
Hi, Ollie.
Yeah, he's staying with me this week, which is just carnage. And we were actually talking about the chants last night, and he thought that one was the best one, the library one.
Yeah, that was funny.
So good.
Funny. I think even Shane, there was a funny video of Shane laughing about that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on to the second hole? I'm going to throw out Scotty Scheffler's performance as hole number 2.
Well, okay. So this is the thing, right? You look at Tiger's record. He's world number 1, argue the best player in the, like one of the greatest to play the game, if not my opinion, the greatest. Scotty's actually one of the greatest as well to ever play the game. In a team environment, like it's just difficult for them. Like he hit shots like that shot into, I think it was Saturday morning. They were 1 down and he had this wedge into a front right pin and just dunks it in the front bunker. Like he never does that when he's playing on his own. And so I don't know
why. I don't get it.
know. I don't get it. I don't know.
I'm so confused. So he lost. Wait, did he play 4? No, did he play 5 sessions?
I think so. Yeah. He won the singles. That was it against Rory.
He won the singles and he lost the other
4.
The other 4.
Yeah.
So he went 1-4.
Yeah. But look, I did listen to something, and in all credit to Scotty, like Keegan Bradley said that he was like one of the main guys in the team that was like helping everyone, and like especially Russell Henley, who's a good friend of his, who's a little bit more on the quiet side. He's obviously
who seemed really nervous.
Yes, well, you would shit him.
Understandable.
Bricks,
yeah,
understandable.
Totally.
And he kind of took him under his wing, and like I heard in a press conference, like, "Hey, Scotty's been the man this week." So, where maybe he didn't deliver points, but he must have gave something to the. I'm sure he gave a lot to the team. In all fairness, but it's just weird how world number 1s do this. Like,
I don't know. Yeah. There's a reason why he's world number 1, and there's a reason why he's so good at individual sport.
Yeah, but then you look at Rory, who's world number 2, and he just absolutely crushes it.
But Rory's European, and he has
that's fair. We're just different.
The DNA of, it's very clear that there's this story that's passed on from generation to generation for the European players where they genuinely care. Mm-hmm. They genuinely, like, it is everything to them.
Yeah.
I don't think that Scotty would say the Ryder Cup is everything to him.
No.
I think that he would rather have his own amazing individual record in the majors than to have this incredible Ryder Cup record, where I think that Rory holds winning the career Grand Slam just as high as the Ryder Cup. The Ryder Cup might even be higher to win a Ryder Cup for him. There's just a different culture with the U.S. players, which is why they seem to not do as well in foursomes and fourball, because they just don't have that team dynamic thing. It just doesn't happen often enough for the players to understand the team culture and to like care on that level.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. We have it in Solheim. Like, it's just easier for us to be a team. And I've thought about this a lot. And yes, it is kind of told to us from an early age, like Solheim Cup is like, beating the Americans. And I also think that as Europeans do stick together, because if you think about it, like, we played a lot of European golf together, first of all, and then we come over to America and it is a totally different culture. And we do kind of still like stick together. Do you know what I mean? Like I hang out with, like the main people I hang out with are like, majority of them are Europeans, like Carlotta, Bronte, you know what I mean? And so for us, it's just, I don't know, we just find it easier to be a team. But I can only speak on Solheim Cup, but like it's certainly changing. I think the camaraderie between the Americans is getting better from a women's side. I think the men still need to work on it.
Clearly with how that went.
All right, hole 3.
Go for it.
Are we going to talk about the emceeing by Heather McMahon?
Oh, bless. Okay, so
you explain it, and then I feel bad for her.
So I talked to Heather about it. So Heather McMahon was hired to be a first tee MC, kind of getting everybody excited in the mornings. So she was there Friday morning, Saturday morning, and Saturday morning the crowd started to chant "Fuck you, Rory." And she did say it on the mic, which she probably shouldn't have done, but she didn't start it. And she kind of was just playing into what the crowd was doing and ended up, having to quote, step down from the role, which I think is wild that anybody put that out there. Like that was the official thing, but okay. But she's gotten so much insane hate from it, where like the people are blaming her for the US losing.
Oh, of course.
Or the Europeans are blaming her for the reason why all this horrible hate and vitriol was sent Rory's way that day. Of course, people have identified a woman to try to bring everything about why anything was negative about the Ryder Cup down on. And like Heather has to be the bearer of all of that. Like, that's insane. So yeah, I think mistakes were made, but she's not the reason the US lost, and she didn't like do anything horrible. She didn't hurt anybody.
No, and like me and Heather on a personal note, and she is like the funniest, loveliest, like well-meaning, like loves golf, by the way, loves golf. And it's just, it was a shame. I mean, the crowd kind of turned on her a little bit, and then I think she just panicked, and I would probably have done the fucking same thing. I mean, do you know what I mean? You just make one little mistake, and that's a problem when you're such a high kind of, she's well known, and she's a comedian, and she said a lot of stuff in a time. It's been hilarious, and I think it was just bad time. But yeah, I thought the crowd were a bit shit on her, to be honest, because they kind of turned on her, and I was like, bro, shut up.
When I talked to her, she was like, well, at the end of the day, this is great material.
Yeah, so, exactly. Perfect. Spin it.
Make sure you tune in to a Heather McMahon special near you very soon.
It will be good. Oh, dearie me. But yeah, I'm like, and also, by the way, can I just say, the fact that you guys even need a hype person to get the crowd going, to me, is insane.
I know.
So
should
never have happened. Should never have happened.
No, it should. She should not have been put in that position. It's just the whole situation was really unfortunate. So we love Heather.
We love Heather. We got you back. We got you back.
We hope everything's okay, and people need to stop being so cruel on the internet. Like, it's not that deep. Just let it go.
Just fuck off. Yeah.
That. Okay. Fourth hole. The setup.
Okay. So listen, we love birdies. We love, especially in like when you're playing foursomes, alternate shot, you can't make it like rock solid. But Bethpage Black is renowned for being one of the most difficult courses if they set it up right in the world. Like, it's brutal. Like, they have that famous sign for, it's kind of like skiing a double black diamond, experts only. To me, it was playing weirdly soft as well, by the way. Like, I've never seen balls spin
it rained.
at Bethpage.
It rained early in the week.
I know, but I just feel like, I don't know. I felt the setup did not favor the Americans at all.
So it's, for those that don't know, the home team usually has the opportunity to set up the golf course how they want, which is a big advantage to them. So my understanding, and after some conversations with people on the ground, is that American players tend to do really well in difficult setups. Like American players statistically perform better in US Opens. I don't know that there's been a European that's won a US Open for a while, maybe since Martin Keimer or something like that.
Matt Fitzpatrick.
Oh, bless him.
Apart from him.
Okay. Apart from Matt Fitzpatrick. Okay. Set that aside. Okay. Go back. They rarely win. Okay. Matt Fitzpatrick, who could forget? Brookline. Yes. It was an incredible performance. Those tests are super thick rough. They are super fast greens. They're very skinny fairways. Accuracy off the tee is at a premium. You have to pick your spots on the greens. Otherwise, the ball will roll off, those sorts of things. But this was not that. This was very short rough. This was, but the ball would just hit the green and stay. Like there was no running off or anything like that. So yeah, Keegan himself said that mistakes were made on the setup. I don't know how involved the captain is versus the PGA or how collaborative that process is. I don't know how it is for Solheim.
I think they say in the media that they have a lot of control, but they really don't have a ton of control. They have we'll look at teams and we'll be like, well, this will benefit us if we have longer par threes because statistically we're better with long irons, or we need it we're better off the tee. So can we just narrow it up a bit? But that's literally about it, to be honest. Like it's kind of made a bigger deal than it is and a bigger responsibility, I would say, for the captain than what it actually is.
Yeah. And I think that maybe having control of the setup in the past, like 10 years ago, was a bigger deal. But the Europeans hit it just as far as the Americans. Yeah. They bomb it and gouge it just as well as anybody on the American side. So I don't think that it's kind of neutralized now because they're all playing on the PGA Tour. They're all playing the same setups week in and week out. So is it that big of a deal? Meh.
Yeah,
probably
I agree with you. All right, what are we going to go to now? I'm going to go
fifth hole.
The speeches at the opening ceremony.
Oh,
you were there.
I was there.
This is like the one thing that puts me off being a captain, if I'm honest, is the speeches.
Oh, you would crush it with all your practice on the podcast.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Maybe I could rehearse it on the podcast if I ever get the
you can
opportunity.
rehearse it here. We'll give you constructive feedback. Also, it's right there on the monitors, so you're just reading.
Well, Keegan still messed up. He said Justin Rose instead of Justin Thomas.
Oh, bless him.
Oops.
I think he said that he had just been talking about Justin Rose, or somebody had just said something about Justin Rose, and so that can get in your head. I was backstage before the teams went out. So I was standing there with the team and with Keegan. Keegan will normally chat. He's totally fine. He's lovely. He was pacing back and forth. He was not making eye contact with anyone. He could barely say 2 words to anybody. It's
nerve-wracking.
He was so nervy. I felt so bad for him. But it's understandable because you're not used to going out and speaking in front of thousands and thousands of people, reading a speech. You can, in big stadium type environments, you can kind of hear the echo. It puts you off of your
rhythm
game a little bit, your rhythm. It's so unnatural. You feel like the weight of the world is on you and everybody's waiting for you to mess up. And, Luke has been there, done that. He's got all this experience. He has that like polished, posh, chic thing going. They walk out with their double-breasted jackets. Like they just looked so put together. And not that to say that the Americans didn't, but Keegan's speech was a little bit more about like himself, whereas Luke's speech was more
the team,
about this team and legacy
and not getting paid.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew you'd like that.
Luke was like not backing off of that. That was definitely a gamesmanship thing for the week to keep bringing that up. That was a strategy.
Well, it's messed up. I don't like it at all.
So, okay, this is my thing on the getting paid thing. So this is like the fifth hole and a half, but
bring it.
They get $500,000. The Americans get $500,000. $300,000 of that is to be donated to whatever charity they would like. And $200,000 of that is a quote stipend to be spent however they would like. They can also donate it, or they can use it to pay for travel, family, whatever. My question is, $200,000 to these guys is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. It means nothing to them. Why create all of this hoopla and crazy over $200,000 just for the principle of it, when the PGA of America could just say, we are going to, expense it. We'll cover it. Like it's part of being on the team, is that you get your family flown out, you get all of these gifts, you get all of the hotel, rightfully so. They made the team. It should be taken care of for them, especially considering how much money the event is making them. But I don't understand why all of this crazy over $200,000, which to them is a Tuesday, like a 5:00 post-dinner speaking engagement.
No,
it's nothing.
I know. I hate it. I think it's awful. I think that they already get enough. Like we do, even in Solheim, like we get all of our flights paid, all of our hotels, like we get an allowance for like a fucking tiny allowance. But like your family is taken care of, like the immediate family is taken care of, like they get gifting, like, do you know what I mean? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you guys are so fucking spoiled yet again, and yet you want more. And it pisses me off. Like it really pisses me off. So I didn't like that at all. I'm pretty like outspoken about that. I just think listen, and a lot of guys came through and they were like, well, I'm going to donate to my own charity. And I'm like, okay, like that's awesome.
That's
like
great.
That's great.
Amazing.
But like fucking hell. It just drives me
I
nuts.
think that it should just be that. It should be providing $300,000
so then
for each person.
There's no bullshit about
it. This isn't even a talking point.
Yeah,
and then the other stuff can just be budgeted privately. Budgeting, the PGA is budgeting $200,000 per person to be able to take care of all this other stuff, instead of putting yourself in the line of fire of potential media issues and then giving Luke Donald the ammunition to say what he wants to say in his literal opening speech.
I agree.
So there's that. Okay, so we're going to stop for a second. We're on the 5th hole. We'll get back to the rest in a moment, but we're going to welcome in our special guest. We're so excited to welcome in Alex Ritthamel to the show. Alex caddies for Ben Griffin and just got to caddy in his first ever Ryder Cup. Ben had quite the experience, went out and won a point on Sunday for Team USA. Alex, first of all, just can you put into words what the last week has been like? I can only imagine that it's been absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. It's so much more different than even just like a major week. It's there's just so much scheduling, so many different things that you're doing, and long days at the golf course, early mornings, late nights, just kind of rinse and repeat, do the same thing over and over again.
It's funny, like I always say this at Solheim, I'm like, it is the busiest week that we have every 2 years, because you've got photos, you've got to do signage, you've got to be there for some meetings, some media. And it's literally so difficult to kind of get on your own schedule, because you have like your practice is kind of limited. Like you only have a certain amount of time on a golf course. And how did Ben deal with that?
He was fine. He's normally he doesn't spend a ton of time at the golf course normally. He'll come out and get his workout in. Yeah, he's a afternoon guy. He'll do a workout around lunch. We'll go out and play 9 holes. He's not one to sit around the golf course. So it was probably a little bit different. But you definitely are, doing so many things that I think it helps, because you are signing things, you're doing interviews, you have your practice with the team, you're doing your physio stuff. So at least there's the schedule that kind of kept him regimented to a degree.
So what was it like as far as expectations versus reality? I mean, this is Ben's first Ryder Cup. This is your first Ryder Cup. Obviously, the result wasn't what you guys were hoping for, but I can only imagine that this experience was pretty wild.
Yeah, as weird as it was, I don't know that I had many expectations. I wanted to try to just be in the moment and kind of go day by day and see how things were. The practice rounds, obviously very different than the actual match rounds. It was a lot. Friday, Saturday was so much different than Sunday. Obviously, the team side of you have your partner, you're playing with your partner, and then you get into Sunday where it's almost like a match play, but you're not with the team. It's a strange feeling. And then coming down the last handful of holes, I mean, it felt like a major, like you were in the last group of a major. It was pretty wild, but yeah, it was expectations right there, but it was definitely a very good experience overall.
So you guys are playing a football match. You were with Bryson, right? And you played against Tommy and Justin Rose. How crazy was that? There
was a lot of energy. I unfortunately heard some things that I probably could never repeat.
God.
I kind of felt bad for, you only get to hear really what you're around for. I felt bad for Justin and Tommy. I even expressed that to them after we finished. But Ben making his putt on 7, and then I think it was probably 60 feet, and then Rosie making a 40-footer on top. Like that kind of popped the seal on things and really got things going. But they were both great, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, I always ask because obviously it's Ben's first Ryder Cup. It was obviously your first Ryder Cup. Like, was Ben shitting pants on the first hole?
It seemed like he was actually okay. Like having the president there probably escalates things a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's
he
right.
shut everything down. I didn't have cell service for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was more than 2 hours.
That's your first match ever in the Ryder Cup, and you walk out.
Yeah.
And DT is dapping you up.
he was there. He had his golf shoes on. I noticed the golf shoes.
I saw that.
It was the greatest thing.
Oh my god, it is so fantastic.
But luckily Ben wears. He was one of the guys wearing the whoop, and I guess his heart rate didn't change a whole lot from kind of when he walked onto the tee and when he hit the ball. But on the second hole, I think it was maybe, I don't want to say it was nerves, but just so much going on. We have our process, how I give him yardages, and, I step off, Mel from the back of the tee, hey, it's 5 less through the fairway, whatever. And I remember we were 7 up from the back and it's 3 up. And I was like, we're 4 less. And he's looking at me like, well, but we're 4. And he's like going through the math, and I was like, and I explained, hey, and he's like, okay. And then he was fine after that. And I think making that putt on 7 really kind of settled him down to a degree. But there are a lot of things going on. No question about it.
What was your impression? I mean, obviously you had your own interaction with the crowd and stuff, but there's all the conversation around the crowd interaction with Rory specifically, from being kind of inside it all and what people then talked about later in the locker room. What was your impression of if it went over the line or how crazy it actually was?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it probably did go quite a bit over the line. Like I said, there's so many things that I heard that I would never repeat to a person. Forget Rory, just to another person. It was tough because Friday and Saturday there was a lot of jeering, I guess you'd call it, toward the Europeans. And Sunday was so awesome because it got back to the point of, I know the golf wasn't up to standard for Americans to cheer for, but Sunday was all about cheering. From what I heard, was they were cheering for us. And that was the best thing. Like it turned to hey, we're rooting for America now. We're not trying to get in the heads or not root for the Europeans.
So who would you say, we'll get into Keegan in a minute, but from a player standpoint, who was the one that was really kind of after day one, come on boys, let's sort the shit out, let's keep going, same on Saturday night, who was the one that was kind of bringing the team back and saying, look, we still got a chance,
Yeah, I mean, Keegan was really good at keeping us kind of present. Friday, when we got back in, obviously a rough day. Justin and Xander both kind of talked to everyone a couple different times and really made sure we were all aware, hey, it's one day. Maybe we weren't treating things right or paying attention to the right things, and really just try to galvanize guys and be like, hey, we have a lot more golf to go. And we can very easily go out and do what we're supposed to do and make this exciting.
I mean, I will say you guys did make it a bit exciting. I was saying I was out to brunch having a lovely old time and I thought, pissed it. And then I look over about an hour later, and I said to we were out with a couple of friends, and one of them is one of my best friends here. He's also British. And I said, mate, we have to leave this bar immediately, because if the Americans pull this off, I don't want to be anywhere near an American. I said, even my wife is going to have to leave the fucking house. So I was like, let's go back to mine. We'll have a few beers at mine and let's just enjoy it. You know, maybe we'll enjoy it, just me and you. But if we can, if it turns out to be the way that we don't want, at least we can sit and cry together and no one can bother us. But you give it a good run.
It had to be pretty good viewing, I would imagine.
Unbelievable.
The energy out there, yeah, it had to be great.
The ratings for Sky Sports was the highest rated Ryder Cup broadcast they've ever had. It was like almost 9 million viewers. Yeah.
How come Sky Sports had their feed a good 8 to 10 seconds ahead of NBC? We were watching in the team room all week, and we had to turn off the NBC coverage a couple times because Sky Sports was consistently 8 to 10 seconds ahead on the streaming.
Well, we work for NBC, so we don't know.
We're going to move on from this question.
We'll speak to the bosses about it.
The coverage was great. We were just why we were getting so much different action.
Hey, man, the Europeans just do things a little better.
We just
sometimes.
work here.
I knew I don't have that one.
Anyway.
Oh, brilliant. I can see Kira panicking, and when I know Kira's panicking, I have to save the day.
Okay. So the setup is this whole conversation. Keegan said that mistakes were made on the setup. For those that don't understand, what was the setup, and what, from your estimation as a third-party, non-biased consumer of golf, would have been perhaps better for the team and their strengths?
I'd only been to Bethpage a couple times. Last time we were there was 19 PGA. And it was cold, but it was like a US Open. You play Bethpage, I've played there a couple times. We're talking 4 to 5 inch rough, firm, fast greens. I don't want to say a normal tour event because they are different, but a proper PGA Tour event that we normally play. And I was reading a couple things. I didn't know. Apparently, U.S. American players tend to play very well at the U.S. Open.
I said that earlier. Yes.
Yeah. Firm, fast U.S. Open. So I think the goal was, the rain didn't help. Quite a bit of rain on Wednesday, I guess, or Thursday. The week's so weird because we start on Friday. But I think we got almost 2 inches of rain within 48 hours of start. And I think that kind of hindered things. The short rough seemingly, I guess, played into the Europeans a little bit more because they do have some guys that absolutely bomb it. And I think with firm, fast greens, it would have been fine, but it just worked out that everything was so soft. And the greens, because of the moisture, went from probably we wanted them mid-12s, and they were really consistently around 11, which is quite a big difference. So I think if we look back, we probably would make it more tough and have the long rough, and you make it more difficult for both sides so that the best golf really does win.
Hindsight's such a funny thing though, but I agree with you. I thought it was set up a little. I just didn't. When I went there, I was like, this is not set up to the Bethpage like that. First time I'd been there, and I was like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, listen, you can always look back, can't you? But as soon as you asked me about the NBC question, I'm going to ask you a quite difficult question that you can miss if you want.
Okay.
So the Harris and Colin duo, I think it was the 132nd. So the worst combination that could have been for foursomes, right? And then so they lose, and then he puts them out again. Do you think that should have happened?
As much as I want to say no, Harris is a great alternate shot player. He keeps the ball in play, hits the ball well, and him and Colin vibed. I guess what I had heard, because we played, we were kind of getting ready the first day. I guess they both played well. They didn't make any putts.
Right.
I honestly didn't look at the stats. I couldn't tell you, but from what I was told by our stats guys and both of their caddies, they both played well. And the whole kind of thing with the stats was, hey, if they're hitting the ball well, the putts have to go in. It was kind of like the Europeans making everything the first couple days. We started making putts the last day. I didn't know about the worst possible pairing statistically actually until Saturday. Someone had told me that. I wish I had a great answer. I don't know. There's so many things going on behind the scenes with the captains and the stats guys. if they win that match, maybe no one's talking about it. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's hindsight, right? Just like course setup. You can always look back and be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. And like, I've been on the back end of it where like we've really, well, it's easy to say it in hindsight again, like when we got destroyed at the last Solheim Cup, Europe did. And, technically did we fuck up the things? And I'm like, well, back before stats, you kind of just went on what games you think suited each other for certain formats and who vibe. Like it is so important who vibes as well. And so you can have all the stats in the world, but I'm like, they don't vibe. Like they don't particularly they're not.
They hate each other.
They fucking hate each other. We can't put them together. So what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? And so, no, I feel you. I think you just said it perfectly. I get it. I totally get it.
Alex, what do you make of the envelope rule?
So obviously everyone in the game knows about the rule. It was funny because when it became a more of a pressing point with Victor, there was some thoughts that crept through my mind with how Saturday went. Man, I really hope that we're not in that envelope.
Oh, because of Ben's performance on Saturday.
Well, no, we didn't play. We got benched.
Oh, that's right.
So we got benched on Saturday, and then it was like, oh man, are we going to be in this envelope? Look, I get it. I understand the nature of the rule of the gentleman's agreement, right? You call it, if someone's hurt, regardless of the outcome this last week. I don't necessarily like I guess I don't mind the envelope. I don't like that you cannot play and get a half a point, regardless of if it's 20-10 or 15-14. I just don't like that you can win for not playing. I would have been better with just having no points given, not even giving us a point. Just say if there's no match, you don't get points. So yeah, I think it's probably something that needs to be talked about because I understand hey, if a guy gets in a car accident or there's like a serious injury and he can't play, what are you supposed to do? Maybe you have a reserve. Every team's got one reserve guy for that. You give no points. You have to adjust. I just think it's a very weird thing. Yeah,
you see in Solheim, you lose a point. So if you
lose a point?
Yeah. So we had it back in 2011. Christy Kerr was supposed to play against Karen Stupples. Christy was really struggling with an injury on the range, pulled out, and we got a point. I think from what my awareness is, that hasn't changed. But we also have a reserve player. So in Europe, we have a reserve player on site just in case that happens. But yeah, I was like, wait, whoa, there's a half a point. I'm like, that is not how we do it. So I was quite interested in what you had to say there as well. Because I thought
what do you think about it with being a player?
I think you should have a reserve player. I think you should have a reserve player, in my opinion, 100%. And that's why we do always have a reserve.
There were two reserve players technically there because Nikolai was there all week with Rasmus and then Keegan's
and Alex Noren. Yeah, Alex Noren.
Yeah, Alex Noren.
Alex was there. Yeah, Alex was there. Yeah, I mean, there were guys that could have played, I guess.
With a 7-point lead, maybe had a few bevies the night before and weren't feeling too great.
I'm surprised they've never had reserve players. Like the NCAAs, you have reserve players that aren't necessarily on like the exact competition squad, but they're still there. But it seems like a rule that's like this is how we've always done it. So this is why we're doing it. This is tradition.
Outdated.
Yeah. So you mentioned getting benched on Saturday. I know that was not ideal. What was that like for Ben and for you to process emotionally?
Yeah, it was tough. We were kind of told leading into the event that as of now, we're going to play Saturday afternoons and then play Sunday. And Ben didn't play bad on Saturday. I wouldn't say he played great.
On Friday.
On Friday, sorry. So the week's so weird.
It all goes together.
But yeah, Friday he didn't play bad, just didn't play wonderful. And it was tough because we were at the golf course when we found out, like we didn't know until 3 hours-ish before tee off that we weren't playing. So I think it actually got tougher as the day went on, not because of the score, but we went out to practice and like warm up and nobody like fan wise knew. So he's like on the green hitting putts. And I mean, it was every 30 seconds, people are going by like, come on, Benny, we need you this afternoon. Get the team going. Like it was like nonstop. And, he's just walking by. It's just like, I wish. So it was tough. It was tough because he wants to, it's a team thing. So you're going to do what's best, but you want to be out there and playing and helping.
Who told him?
Keegan told him.
Okay, good.
He told him in between kind of, I think I wasn't in the back room when they were talking. I think he called him from the golf course because he obviously has to be out there for the matches. I think he called him from the golf course, and I don't think it was a long conversation. Just like, hey, we're going to sit you. And so we practiced, and then we went out and watched the back nine and cheered you guys on.
Yeah.
It was tough though.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine. I've been on the back end of having to tell a player like, hey, sorry, it's not a nice conversation for anybody because the players want to play. Like, of course they do. They want to, you're eager to go and fight up for it. So I always felt like Keegan got a bit of stick. I think it's so hard being a captain because if you win, it's kind of the team and it's kind of like a football manager, right? And if you lose, it's your fault. How was Keegan as a captain in your opinion?
He was awesome.
Yeah, good to hear. Good to hear.
He was so great. It was such a team. It was about the team. Like there was no like players, caddies. It was, hey, we are players, wives, caddies, significant, like everybody. We are a team. And he was super inspirational. Had tons of. He will tell you he's a big video guy. He made a lot of videos for us, speeches. Like he was open. Even prior to the week when we had meetings and things, getting teared up. He was awesome. He did a great job when it came to the team side of it and making sure that everyone was feeling good and kind of ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to hear.
On Sunday, when everything was said and done, well, first of all, how much did your mind start to go down the path of like, oh, wait a second, this could actually happen when it was getting really close on Sunday?
It was probably, I think, because we were kind of up early in our match, and then we kind of got to square. I would say
against Rasmus, right?
Against Rasmus, yeah. I would say when we got to, honestly, like the back nine is when it really clicked because we were walking up to 7 green, and Tiz was walking with us, and he's like, Kitten is trying to pump us up. Like, hey guys, just keep looking at the board. And I mean, it was a matter of like 20 minutes where it was, I think, 4 or 5 blue, 4 or 5 red, and like a couple ties, to where it was 1 or 2 blue and a ton of red on the board. And it was like, oh, okay. And then we got to the back nine, and I think Cam and JT maybe had kind of just won their matches. And when Bryson got back to even with Fitzy, it was like, oh shit,
it's on.
This is real. And then the last 5, it was like, wow. When Russell was probably on 16, we were on 15. I was like, if Russell wins this match and Colin he was tied. If he could, this is really going to happen. And then we got up to 17 and it changed real quick when Shane made his putt.
Yeah.
And, it's tough because.
Thank God.
Because Ben marked his ball. He had like a 50-footer. He marked his ball and he kind of looked at me. He's like, did they just win? And I was like, yeah. And he made his putt. And, look, if we would have tied, it still would have been a wild story with then how the Victor thing plays out. So I was like, hey, like stay focused. Like we win this match and win another match or two. Like we tie. This is a big thing. So yeah, I'd say when we got to the back nine, we were, I think, the 9th match. It was like, oh, this is changing very quickly.
Who do you think was who impressed you the most out of the European team? I'm just going to give some love to Europe now.
And,
whenever I can.
She is who she is, Alex.
No, hey, it's fine. I would say, like the match we played with Rosie, the old guy.
He's so
I
good.
want to say, like he carried that team because he was making putts. He played. Who did he play Saturday? His own ball. I think Tommy and him played. Man, who did they play?
Oh, I can't remember either.
Whoever it was, they were. Oh, it played
DeChambeau.
Might have played Bryson and Scotty.
It was
Bryson and Scotty. Yeah.
So because I got out there toward the back nine, and Bryson and Scotty as a team were 10 under through 14, and Tommy and Rosie were 13 under through 14, and I think they said Justin was 9 under on his own ball.
Wow.
Something like
so
that.
Good.
And every time you saw Rosie need to make something or hit a shot, he seemingly did.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Rory, with everything that was going on out there, played pretty damn good. They all played pretty well. It was literally through 2 days we were losing, so they all played pretty good. I think Rosie, for the old guy on the team, he played pretty damn special.
Yeah,
pretty
he
damn
loves
special.
it. He loves it.
I'll flip this question now to USA. Who impressed you the most, either from how they carried themselves on the golf course or how they were in the team room from Team USA that maybe you just didn't have that expectation of them before?
I mean, I expected all the guys to play well. I think Cam being a late pick because he played well really late and being a New York guy that has won the New York Open at that golf course. I mean, I can't imagine the pressure that he was feeling. And for him to win, I think he went 3-1-0.
Yeah.
Win that last match especially, but then get thrust in and, play alternate shot. Like, it's hard to not say that he, I don't want to say he was an MVP, but played so well. And I mean, Xander played so great too, not having played lately, having
just had a kid,
having the baby, not having what we all know is a Xander type year.
Yeah.
And then to come out and play as much as he did and play well. I think those two probably is what pops into my head immediately.
Alex, be honest, how good are the European chants?
Man,
come on. We're so good.
How do we teach the Americans?
You can't, mate. It's unteachable.
So let me ask you, how? Like, what? You guys have like a group chat throughout the country that it's like, okay, this is what's gonna. Like, there's no way you can just make this shit up on the top of your head.
So a lot of it's from football chants. So like at football,
obviously.
Yeah, and then I don't know, we just all get together and we're like, oh, instead of Mo Salah, let's just change it around and just
Isn't there a club that goes to? I think they're called like the Guardians of the Cup.
Yeah.
And they go. They're the guys that are wearing the full-on blue and yellow.
They're making the chants. They're the ones like going around and like doing it. Sunday, I will say, it was better. I heard some, like, it wasn't as maybe in depth as the European chants, but Sunday I heard some stuff. Guys trying and. It was better than what I had heard.
That's very sweet.
It's better than
sweet.
USA.
We did try.
USA.
No, there was some more. What was the one? It was on like 10, 11, 12, something like that. I heard one where it was like, we've got Ben. The board is going red. We've got like something like that. Little things like that. But we got better as the week got on. We need to work on it.
So good.
But I feel like of all fans, New York fans would actually get into that sort of thing. Like,
100%.
I don't know. I can say this because I live in San Francisco. Like, I don't think that the Olympic Club at San Francisco fans are necessarily going to be really good at chants. It's just not our thing.
Little different vibe up there.
They're going to be like in their Patagonia vests.
Yeah.
Like, oh, good job. Crushed it.
Yeah, a little different vibe.
Maybe a little bit nicer than the New Yorkers, but definitely not carrying chants.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm so proud of the chants. We love it.
Yeah, that's
they're pretty good. It's
hard to match
it, mate. It's hard to deny. It's pretty good.
We don't have that. We don't have that muscle. We have other things. We have great pizza. We have
fighter jets that fly over the
flyovers.
That was I love a flyover.
Excellent.
Don't get me wrong.
Grocery stores,
very
Target.
American. I'm here for it.
We've got wonderful redeeming qualities.
You've got Walmart. Yeah.
Walmart. Yeah.
Target.
Target's better than Walmart. So, okay, on Sunday, when it was all said and done, what was the vibe when everybody was kind of coming back into the team room?
It's obviously disappointing, but I think everyone realized that we kind of made a lot of progress. I mean, it's singles, so it's still a little different, but we fought, I think is what showed. And I think New Yorkers, maybe that's why they were cheering a little differently that day. Like they appreciated what they were seeing. And, it just starts I hate to say it starts at Bryson being 5 down through 7 and battling back. Like we were going to make sure that we left everything out there to try to win. And unfortunately we didn't. But when we got back in, I think guys realized like, hey, it wasn't our week. Friday and Saturday didn't go how we had hoped. But the fact, I mean, look, you look at the board on Sunday, Europeans won one match. I don't know history. I don't know history.
Yeah.
I don't know that happened before.
That's crazy.
That is unprecedented just to win one match and a few ties like that. It was, so I think guys you're disappointed you lost. Mm-hmm. But I think, there's a little bit of hold your head high. You basically gave everything you have.
Mm-hmm. No, you guys did yourselves proud for sure on Sunday and made it very, very interesting and made a few of our Europeans shit our pants for a few hours there. So thank you for that.
Specifically Mel.
Yeah, specifically me. God, I had to get so drunk. You know what I mean? God, any excuse. Talking of drunk, how was the party?
Yeah, it was good. I think KK and I talked about this early in the week. Like I'm a competitor. I'm interested in winning and only winning, and that is normal tournaments too. So ours was mellower to kind of get going. I'll throw Ben under the bus a little bit. He may have got on the microphone and started singing, which kind of livened things up.
Is he a good singer?
But, he's not bad.
Okay,
but
that's better.
He can rap a little bit. So some of these songs that he'll throw rap into.
No.
But it was good, and I would say probably 8 to 10 of us went upstairs to the European room.
Yeah. That's what happens.
After a couple hours, I'd say.
Fun.
And it was a combination of I don't want to say we weren't there to party with them. It was a conversation of, hey, let's go out and be with them. At the end of the day, we're still all friends.
Yeah.
We're going to see each other at tournaments. And I wanted to express some things to. I won't name them. You can probably in your head know who they are to some guys about what they went through during the week. Yeah. And just kind of be friendly and be there with them.
Yeah.
I didn't stay too long. I was honestly super exhausted. I did have a few drinks, but man, yesterday was tough. Like the adrenaline had worn off, and I don't even know if I was hungover, if I was just tired. Like it was just so weird. It was a struggle getting back to Tennessee. It was good, but it was good. It's hard because we lost. But try to enjoy it and just be with everybody.
How much do you think Ben's and your confidence is going to change after this? Because despite the loss, you've done something that most players can only dream about.
Yeah. Keegan made a good point to guys consistently throughout the week. He's like, look, this could be your last Ryder Cup. Players and caddies, you do not know how your career is going to go. This could be it. So try to soak it in. I think so. When we found out on Saturday that we weren't playing, and immediately was like, tomorrow, 8 and 7. I wanted, let's go. And as great as that would have been, I actually think making it to 18 and winning is probably better long term.
Yeah. Because
he had to hit more shots under pressure. And I mean, the back 9 until we got to 17, they were all pressure packed shots. They were meaningful shots.
They mattered. Yeah.
And he made some big putts. He made some really good swings in moments that he needed to. And I do think long term, it can only help. There's no way it can hurt. I think it's got to just give him a lot more confidence. And I think now that we've been on one team, it's like, okay, how do we get on the President's Cup team next year? How do we get on the Ryder Cup?
Love it.
You want to be there now.
Yeah.
So and then you can get better and play more and use past experiences to drive you a little bit.
Yeah, the Ryder Cup bug's a thing, man. You play one and you want to play in every team event.
I mean, I'm literally getting goosebumps right now, thinking about going to a Dear Manor. I gotta be there. You want to be there, no doubt. It's a thing. It is a thing.
No, I can tell immediately. This is everything now. I mean, just look at the bib hanging up behind you.
Yeah.
You didn't put up any of your tour wins back there. You put this thing.
That's on that wall. That's on that wall over there. I left those. All the wins are over there. I'm not a show boaty guy. I'm weirdly actually propping my iPad up on the trophy box from the Colonial win.
Oh no.
that the trophy's still in. I'm not I don't want to put everything out. It's what Xander said. He doesn't know where half of his stuff is. You put a couple of cool things on the wall, and then the only one that matters is the next one.
Yeah,
you can look back on all those that you want to win the next one. But it's fun. It was a lot of good fun.
All right, Alex. We're so grateful that you took the time to join, just having that firsthand experience. And you've always been so good to me and kind on the road. And we're all like one big family just surviving out there. So I always appreciate seeing a friendly face. And we're really happy for you that you got to have this experience. And we'll see you at the next one. It's only up from here.
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate it. Tell Andrew I said hi, Kiki.
I will.
All right.
Bye, Alex. Yay. Thanks, Bye. Alex. All right. We're going to continue on the longest front nine ever. Alex was awesome. I loved that conversation. Getting to have that firsthand experience is pretty cool. Okay. We're on 6.
Yep.
Is this
on the home stretch?
Yeah. We're almost at the hot dogs and beer portion. Okay, so I'll throw out the Euro dominance of, first of all, Tommy Fleetwood, who is the leading point scorer, and then Shane Lowry getting to achieve his life dream of making a putt to win the Ryder Cup.
I mean, Tommy's so fucking good, isn't he? And do you know what I love about Tommy is he's just, I don't know, he's obviously not inside, but he's just so humble. And he was talking about playing with Rory and what an honor that was. And them two are good mates and grew up together. And listen, I'm a massive Tommy fan, as you know. I just think he's an unbelievable guy, deserves all the success in the world. And then you've got Shane Lowry, who I don't know anybody that doesn't like a Shane Lowry. He's just one of the lads that you want to have a beer with in the pub and tell a few stories. He's Rory's Bezzy, and the fact that he got to hold the winning putt, even though he thought he'd missed it, he thought he'd lipped it out. I mean, if I was going to be honest, well, I could talk about all of them being MVPs, but for Shane to have that moment, I think he deserves it. And the celebration was just unreal.
I also love Shane's role as the enforcer. There's all those videos when he's playing with Rory of him let me at him, trying to go to the crowd.
Big brother vibe.
People up. Yeah, definitely big brother vibe. And which is probably what kept Rory in it, to be honest, is having that strong force with him at all times, knowing that everything's going to be okay. Shane's there. But for Shane to say in that interview, this is the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, he's won the Open Championship in Ireland, for God's sake. That's how much the Ryder Cup means to him. And that's the difference, I think, with the US players is there's just a different gear that they can get into, especially in the team format. Of course, the US players are good in singles because it's about their own game. So there's got to be some sort of change in the dynamic for the Americans to be able to get into that gear of why the Euros are so good at the team formats and foursomes and fourball.
Mm-hmm. All right, my next one is going to be the Harris and Colin combination. I think, I don't know. I get it. It's so, honestly, Kira, it is so difficult picking, especially in foursomes. And fourballs is a little bit easier, but at the end of the day, you can pick whoever you think is going to fit best and statistically be best. We've done it on stats and we've been destroyed. We've done it on vibe and we've smashed it. So it's completely, you've got to take a little bit from both. But at the end of the day, you just got to beat who you're playing against. And everybody goes into all these amazing partnerships and, you should have done this, should have done that. At the end of the day, you just outrightly got beat by the people that you were playing against. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah. I also think it was one of those things, who knows what's happening behind the scenes. It felt like this is the plan, so we're going to stick to the plan. Whereas, maybe I think Keegan said something that was in the past, we've had a plan and then it didn't work out on the first day. So the captain threw out the plan, threw the rule book out and tried to figure something else out for the following day. And that didn't work either. So they probably have just a lot of anecdotal evidence of the changing the plan not being the right thing. But in this case, hindsight shows that maybe they should have, maybe Ben Griffin should have been in that pairing or something else when Ben Griffin had to sit, which was unfortunate. So who knows? But
hindsight's a great thing, Kira. Hindsight's a great thing.
Hindsight's a great thing. Yeah.
What's your number 8?
My number 8 is, we kind of covered it with Alex, but the envelope situation.
Yes. Okay.
And so Victor Hovland plays his morning foursomes match on Saturday. He makes a huge putt at the end to to, really hammer it home and win. It's a whole thing. And then he goes to the range after to get ready for 4-ball, and his neck starts to hurt. And it was already starting to hurt on the course. This is an injury that he had earlier in the year. He had to pull out of Travelers because of it, and he re-aggravated it. And I was talking to his caddy Shay, and he said that, he's fine. He can't swing a club. He can't swing the driver, especially. So he ends up pulling out of 4-ball that afternoon. Tyrrell Hatton has 10 minutes to warm up, replaces him. They win their match. Everything's great. Overnight, Victor goes and gets an MRI. Turns out he has to pull out. The opposing captain has to put, so I guess we should explain the envelope rule, what this is for people that don't know. Okay, so before the singles matches are submitted by the captains, each captain has to put a name in an envelope, the quote unquote envelope, of the person that would sit on their team should somebody on the opposing team have to pull out due to injury. And then that match would be halved. The points, it would just be a half point to each team. So Keegan Bradley, when he did his singles matches, he had put Harris English's name as the name in the envelope. And Victor Hovland ended up being the player that had to pull out on the Euro side. So it's kind of a weird situation because Keegan Bradley had to sit there and decide who his worst player was, essentially, or who he thought would be the best person for the team to not play, which is really crappy as a captain to have to do
situation.
that.
Yeah. So they get a half point. Listen, I said this when we were talking with Alex, like we don't do that in Solheim unless it's changed and I've just not been paying attention, but it's, which could be the case, but I don't think it has changed.
No, I don't think so. No, that's,
just got to back myself here, but,
yeah, you got it.
Thanks. But we always have a reserve, like we had Alice Houston one year and she bought a clubs and she was able to practice. And just in case one of our players, in fact, Suzanne Petterson had to pull out and Katrina Matthew came in because she got injured during the week. And so Katrina Matthew had to come in and play. And so I don't know.
Oh, so you can have a reserve player?
Yeah, we have a reserve player. So I don't know why that couldn't have been the case. And perfect person to me would have been Alex Norrings. He just won the BMW Wentworth the week before. I don't like the fact that I actually feel really fucking bad for Harris English, to be honest with you. Like, you don't know how many Ryder Cups he's going to play. Like he's getting to that age and like he busted his ass to get in this and like he doesn't even get to play a Sunday. Like, I don't know, that would suck. And the fact that, like Alex said, Victor pulls out with an injury, of course, like he can't play, but then you get half a point. I mean, if it would have been a tie, that would have stirred up some shit.
Yeah, that would have been asterisk nation. Everybody would have always been harping on about how the Euros didn't actually win away.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a sticky situation. I mean, I think they need to look at that rule, especially now that was close to coming into, deciding the Ryder Cup. So, yeah.
It's such a rare thing. So it's one of those things where you're like, well, there's no point in changing it because it never comes up.
It never
until
happens.
It comes up.
Yeah. See, it's happened to us a couple of times in the last 15 years. So
But for 12 guys, the likelihood that somebody gets it, I mean, people get injured on the PGA Tour every week. It happens all the time. It's not out of the realm. No. It's just not happened that often in Ryder Cups or people push through it or whatever. But Victor could not push through it and it's not worth risking like permanent injury.
Yeah. So. Exactly. All right, final hole. Here we are.
I have an idea of what you should say, but you go.
No, go on, Kira. Take my moment.
No,
please.
I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm sorry. Go.
Okay. Thank you for letting me have the stage on our own podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm such an asshole. Keep
fucking hell. Oh my God. I've turned you into an asshole, which I love, but also give me moment to shine as well, Kira.
This is your moment. I'm so sorry. I take it all back. Go.
Now, this is going to be shit now, but Keegan Bradley as a captain, do you think he should have played?
No.
Okay. End of conversation. All right. Fucking perfect. Thank you. Now, what do you want to say, Kira?
Well, I was going to say Keegan Bradley, should he be the captain for a damn manner?
Yes. I think he should.
So we were both Keegan Bradley related.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
So I don't think he should have been a playing captain because that's insane. And just from my perspective, from the amount of media these guys do, they're up till 8:00 at night just talking to people like me, which is I can't imagine then having to recover from that. That's awful. It's the worst. So no, I don't think it's possible to do both. I think he should have, if he wanted to play, he should have said no to the job.
I agree. All right.
And it's hard to say no to the job. But if Luke Donald is captain again, I think Keegan should be captain again.
I agree.
Because bringing in a fresh captain to go up against somebody who is captaining their third Ryder Cup team.
And away.
The only wrench would be if Tiger would do it.
Yes, okay. But I don't know. I feel like captains, you should do 2 rounds. I don't know. I'm a bit old school like that. I think you should do a home and away. I think Keegan was a good captain, to be honest with you. I think he got a bit sick. But I think I like Keegan. I think he's exactly what Ryder Cup's about. He's passionate. He's fiery. He's a team guy. I think he deserves another go, another shot at it.
I agree. So. And I think that the timing will be better too, because he won't be as focused necessarily on his own game. I mean, he was doing all of this at the same time as playing a full PGA Tour schedule and playing well. At the level. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Listen, at the end of the day, Kira, the better chanting team, the better team, just all round better vibe won. And we're so fucking happy we did it on away soil, because that is the chef's kiss. Just
you wait. The Americans will be there on away soil. They won't. They won't be backing down.
No chance.
Ireland, better watch out.
Yeah.
A bunch of your guys are going to age out.
Do you know what's going to happen? All your fans are going to get so hungover because you're going to drink real pints, and then it's just going to be awful. They're going to be quiet as mouse.
They can't get much worse than they already are.
Oh, God. Oh, Kira, me and you got to work here. We've got to have a proper Guinness, gal. Me and you.
I would love a proper Guinness. Split the G.
Yeah, split the G, mate.
Well, this was an honor.
Thank you, Kira.
To get to play 9 holes with you.
It was an honor.
Talk about all the things.
Thank you.
I think overall, the Ryder Cup, net positive for the game of golf. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the world is talking about it. People in different sports, people in pop culture.
Yep.
So it's all good.
It's all good. And shout out to my nephew, Will, who came out for a day from Edinburgh. He's 22 and he had the time of his life.
That was so cute.
I know. So thanks for coming out, Will. Appreciate you, man.
Do you have a shush of the week? Sorry, before you go, because I have a really good one.
Oh, God. Do I have a shush of the week? Yes, actually, I do. Tall boys. They were very prominent at the Ryder Cup. I didn't have one. I'm not a tall boy fan. And the reason being, tall boys are what? 2 beers basically in one, for people that don't know. And by the time you drank what you need to drink, it's warm. So you're basically downing it, which I like to just, sip my beer. And so I'm not for tall boys at all. So that's my shush of the week.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big tall boy person.
You don't seem a tall boy kind of girl, Kira.
More of a sparkling wine.
Yes, with a bit of fruit in it, darling.
Yeah, literally, and a straw.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so my shush of the week is I had this guy come up to me during the practice rounds. I was following a group to get my notes and stuff. And I think he was a volunteer. He comes up to me. He goes, "Do you know, you are so much better looking in person."
I mean,
and he said it in kind of a quiet moment where other people were around, like spectators and stuff.
Oh, gorgeous. Thank you.
And everyone started to laugh. And I go, "Thank you, I think."
People don't think, do they? Just think before you speak. It's not that difficult.
And then I had another, I think I said that, or maybe, did I already say this on our other podcast?
What?
Shit.
I don't know, because you speak to me about this stuff, so I forget.
I think I might have said this last week.
Well, fuck it. You're going to have to think of another one quickly.
I'm going to shush myself for being such an idiot that I already told you these stories on last week's pod while we were
That's perfect. Yes.
I'm so excited to tell you. Oh, but I do one more shush. I have a guy in my, I was posted my question box on Instagram, like an ask me anything thing. And there's a guy in there that is asking me like 4 to 5 questions about my feet.
Babe, you need to get on OnlyFans. You would make a fucking killing.
So
you would own NBC if you went on OnlyFans.
Apparently, there's a website called Wiki Feet where they rate girls' feet. And apparently, according to this person in my question box, I have a very high Wiki Feet rating.
I'd be fucked. Mine must be the lowest. I've only got like 3 toenails left.
So I appreciate the confidence boost, but I'm shushing the guy that's constantly in there talking to me about my feet. That's so weird thing.
Before you know it, though, you'll be in your retired life. You'll be signing pictures of your feet. So just you hang on there, girl.
When I no longer show up to our podcast,
exactly.
You know why.
Yeah, I know what you've done. You've upgraded yourself.
Yep.
So,
okay.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Bye, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the Ryder Cup.
Bye.